long way we've come to Tipperary. We're looking at a project similar to ours in Ireland. The village recently got planning permission for their Eco-Village project.
I'm the business manager of this Eco-Village development here at Cloughjordan in North Tipperary in Ireland. This is a stage whereby we're trying to turn out the greenfield area out there into a serviced site, 132 service site development.
There's now 13 households from our project living in the village of Cloughjordan, 2-3 years before the project actually arrives in force. And they're already setting up shops in the main street. This is a main street that's been, over the last 20 years, really dying.
Now, since we've moved here, there's a hardware store, there's my shop, coffee shops opening up. And who knows, there's a yoga class now, there's a dance class. Now there's other facets being brought in, to tiny little Cloughjordan.
The house to the right of us is the pub that's being knocked for the entrance into the Eco-Village. The house to the left of us is the Eco-Office and is owned by the Eco-Village. And all the land behind us is the Eco-Village. And I remember saying to my husband one day, it's like this now, either we settle into this and everything's going to be okay, or the only other way for us is the road because we're surrounded.
The issues that were raised by local people in Cloughjordan seem to be fairly universal when looking at new Eco-Village projects.
So we identified a 67-acre farm that comes right into the main street of the village, so that the project connects right in, and we're actually turning what is a T-junction just now into a crossroads, which will allow complete just integration and access to the local community.
Hey, we're a village of 500 people, but we've got 3 churches and a meeting room. That doesn't hold us together. Sports are all over the place. There's no one thing to hold Cloughjordan together, only that we're Cloughjordan. Whereas you've got this whole Eco-Village thing, whatever it is, holding you together, and you're all organised, and you could do anything to us.
A lot of the concepts behind Eco-Villages are fairly radical ideas. Understandably, they bring up a lot of fear for people.
The word eco, anything, eco-village, they just saw eco-warriors and saw dreadlocks and we're going to come down and chain ourselves to the trees or whatever. So we had to dispel these sort of myths that we were, different in a way. And we had all sorts of people, old people, young people, families, individuals.
The fears and the apprehension were massive in the beginning. Of these people that were going to come and they were going to destroy our village and they were going to take over and they were going to do all these horrible things to us. And it was only by us talking and slowly chipping away our apprehensions and fears and realised that, hey, these were pretty cool people, So much so to the point that, wow, I know we live in Cloughjordan, but, we wouldn't mind living in this eco project.
World economic circumstances have sort of caught up with this development, and everything that we were talking about 5 years ago and seemed to be a little bit lunatic are now all mainstream. It's all for mainstream discussion in the media. Sustainability, renewable energies, going back to the old ways of sharing skills, downsizing, less use of fossil fuels. This is what we were talking about 5 years ago. We were supposed to be mad.